Alright guys, we got the Pavo Pico here, and this thing is pretty badass, especially with the Walksnail. It's got the Walksnail system in it, and all I did was put a piece of shrink tape on it, and I made some 3D printed some legs for it. 2 of them fell off, but it was my fault because I cracked the frame. This thing really flies really fast. The only thing I found is if you run it into something, this will break. But you gotta hit it pretty hard. I've been running the hell out of it. And I wanted to just go ahead and show you guys what it looked like before I 3D printed my own whoop guards and put the 03 unit on it. So with the Walksnail on it, it's pretty agile and it's really fast. And we're going to put a 03 unit on it, and I'll make another video for that. But let's get into the flight footage and show you what this thing can do. Alright, so I picked these 3 videos here, and the first one, the reason why I picked it is because we're in a low lighting condition, and I really wanted to show off Walksnail in a low lighting condition with this Pavo Pico. It's a really stable footage for what it is. You think a small drone like this would be really jerky. So as far as a Cinewhoop cinematic shot, this thing can do it pretty well. Now the reason why I picked these 3 videos is because it kind of shows the performance of this drone. And I wasn't really going for a cinematic look, so my flying on these 3 videos is me really trying to push the limits. So this first one I do a little bit of both, you know, a little bit of flying nice and calm, and then really getting into it. So I really like this drone. It's one of them drones that you've got to try it out. You really do. Just like the Avata and the DJI FPV, the Mini 3 Pro, it's one of them drones that you have to buy and try it out. And the price point on it is one of the main reasons, is because this thing is cheap, and for what you're getting out of it, you're getting a really good drone for the price. I would buy this one again all day. If I was to crash this one into a wall and it broke everything on it because I went 60 miles an hour into a wall, I would freaking buy this one my next paycheck, because this thing really goes good. It's really fun. Like the other day when I was at this parking garage, I crashed it and broke the frame, and it flies different. Once you get the frame messed up, it flies different. But I broke the frame and I was like, dang it. It was on the first rip, and I was like, man, I wish I didn't break it, because I was planning on flying this thing all day long, and didn't get to. But so you can 3D print a frame for this. I've got one 3D printed for it. I've got files out, for a 3D printed frame, and it works really well. It's a little bit lighter. It gives you landing gear, and you don't have to print landing gear or anything like that because you already got them. Alright, so the next video here, we're at the park, and I'm really ripping it. I'm getting on it as hard as I could possibly, well, maybe not as hard as I could possibly get it, but as hard as I comfortably feel about getting on it. Because I know if I go any faster than this and I hit something, that it's going to be just demolished. The frame is. Everything else seems really robust as far as the frame holding the motors and everything. The Walksnail and the camera unit and all that seems really robust, but the frame around the whoops seem kind of fragile. But I'm also running into concrete walls at like 30-40 miles an hour. So, you could really see this thing's got some punch. It went over that tree. It's flying in the straights really fast. But as soon as you start putting some weight on this, like another camera, I put a Dogcom 6S battery. I split that down because I had a dead cell. I split it down to a 2S. It was a 1300 mAh battery. And whenever I was going fast like this and I would take a quick turn, it would kick 90 degrees. So, and that thing probably weighed as much as my DJI action cam. So I don't want to stick my DJI action cam on this thing. But we're going to find out what an O3 unit, and I'm hoping the O3 unit is going to perform just as good as this, because I was really happy with this. And this ain't really bad footage for Walksnail either. You don't have any stabilization. I'm not using any gyro steady. I don't have any filters on this at all. This is just normal Walksnail footage. So you can see it's pretty stable. But yeah, this thing's fun. It's really fun. You can zoom past people and they don't even pay it no attention. You can see I went past my buddy here. He didn't say nothing to me. He's off in his little land controlling his Mini 3 Pro. Nobody's going to say anything to you about this drone. You could fly it indoors. You could, fly it around kids, and nobody's going to complain whatsoever. It's a really fun drone, and it's really capable of freestyling and whatever you want to do with it. It's not a freestyle drone by far, but you can freestyle it. So now we're going to take a look at this next video here, and on this next video is actually one of my first videos of it. I'm at the park, and I'm really surprised how this drone handles, how fast it goes. This is a ripper for a Cinewhoop. And usually when you do a power loop like that, this thing flutters. Or a Cinewhoop flutters like really bad. It doesn't. Cinewhoops don't normally like to do flips and power loops and stuff like that. And you could definitely tell on most Cinewhoops when you do that kind of stuff. But this one, you could tell the battery, not necessarily on the drone itself. It's mainly the battery, because it's just a 2S battery. There is a little bit of prop wash here and there, but you're you're not flying a freestyle drone or a racing drone or anything like that. And they got prep wash also. But look at this. I could just zoom right past this, and my buddy's not going to be like, "What the heck, dude?" He's actually like, "That's pretty cool, man." All right, guys. So that's the flight, and the cuts that you see there is me crashing. Yeah, I crashed it a couple of times. This thing is actually pretty durable. It's just like I go really fast with this thing. You can really get it, like, I'd say probably about 60 miles an hour, probably faster than that. Uh, you know, it flew for 5 minutes on this 2S battery, GNB high voltage. Uh, it's a 450 mile, and I really like this one. So you're going to see some more videos of this with the 03 unit on it, and this thing is a ripper. I really like it, and I mean, freestyling with it, it's a whoop. You're going to drain the battery. I ain't saying you can't do it. You can absolutely freestyle with this, but you will drain the battery pretty fast, and you'll be getting like 2 or 3 minute flights. But if you use it what it's for, like going around filming and having fun with it, kind of like a fun time film, if you use it for that, then you're going to get pretty good flight times out of it, pretty good footage out of it. Like I said, I've done broke it like 3 times, and you can break them because they're so freaking fast. But I've been having a great time with it. It's one of the best little drones that I've had as far as a Cinewhoop goes. It handles really good. I had a Cine Racer 20. It was kind of like it, but this one flies really good as far as not having the weird wobbles and everything. So we'll give it a rating, and I'll wait until I put the air unit on it. So watch the 03 air unit DJI one, and for the rating chart, and I'll give it a rating that time. And right now I'm having a great time with it. I like it a lot. All right, guys. See you later.